The Cadillac CT6. It's got a calm, debonair exterior, but it's powered by a hell beast of an engine. When you think of Cadillac, you think of two things. Either a boat of a car driven by someone's grandparents.
Styling that's every inch a Cadillac. Inches that add up to the longest regular production car.
Or that behemoth of an SUV, the Escalade.
On the top of my Escalade.
Now the reality is the CT6 is neither of those. Well, it's a little large, but it's also a capable luxury sedan that handles like a sports sedan. Now I'm driving the premium all-wheel drive twin-turbo V6 version of this car. It is a fast car. It has 404 horsepower, 404 pounds of torque, and will do 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. So the CT6 both looks and sounds impressive. It sounds like a bear in the trunk who's angry. It actually handles impressively well for a car this size. The car has 3 modes. It has a touring mode, which is, kind of just cruising. It has a sport mode, which is your all-power super suspension mode. And then it has an ice and rain mode. It sticks to the road way better than a car this size should. It sticks to the road like a car that's about half of the size. And that's insane. Now the 8-speed transmission on the CT6 doesn't do a lot of favors in heavy or moderate driving. What happens is you end up with this sort of like jerkiness between gears like that. It could be much smoother for a car of this caliber. Fortunately, we have these paddle shifters, which if you're going around corners or trying to really control the vehicle without worrying about the automatic transmission, these are outstanding, especially in the mountains. Now at the center of all of this is the infotainment system. It's Cadillac's Q. Now it has a lot of the same things most infotainment system has. It has navigation, access to your phone, climate control. It'll also support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. What's really cool is if you go over here to the second page, it takes advantage of all the cameras that are situated around the car, and it'll record when it senses motion. So if someone comes up and kicks your car, it'll record that, so later on you can give that video to the authorities. The best part is the SD card is stored in the trunk, so they can't just break into the car and steal it. Now controlling all this, now you can either use the touch screen, or if you're not comfortable reaching out here and you're more comfortable with your hand just sort of resting here, you can use this touchpad, and it has haptic feedback. You can tap on things, you can hit back. It's really up to the individual. Both of these work great. I will say that Android Auto and CarPlay do not support the touchpad. Now, I don't like automatic parking. It just takes too long. I've been driving in San Francisco 14 years, and at this point, I kind of know what I'm doing. But what is nice is that you have these cameras, and now you have the backup camera, which is pretty standard on most cars, but you also have something that a lot of other cars have in luxury cars, is this overhead camera, which is great. So you can see how far you are from the curb, you can see how far you are from the car in front of you. Like all cars on the road, it has a rear view mirror, but it also has this, a rear view camera. It seems odd initially, but it gives you a wider field of view. You don't have to look at your passengers in the back seat, because you're looking right at the road. It's actually safer. And after driving around with this for a few days, I'm going to be pretty upset going back to my regular car that just has that. Like other automakers, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, the CT6 has adaptive cruise control and lane assist. So as you're driving, if you get a little bit out of your lane, it'll nudge you over a little bit. Now you're supposed to keep your hands on the wheels at all times, so you'll feel that sort of nudging. Now equally impressive on the CT6 is the adaptive cruise control. Right now I have it set for 80 miles an hour. Now the car in front of me is only doing 60 miles an hour. So it's following at a safe distance. It determines how quick the car in front of me is going, and it sets it for that. So now if I move into another lane, let's say I switch lanes right now, and there's a car that's quicker than me, like this Toyota Tacoma, the car will speed up, but it doesn't just like pound on the gas. It doesn't just accelerate out of nowhere. It's a gradual speeding up, which is really nice, and it's less jarring, and it feels more like a luxury vehicle when it does that. Now, of course, the car is full of luxury. You have massage seats. Every seat has a massage setting. Every seat is adjustable. You can move it forward, you can move it back. It has an incredible Bose sound system, so anything you're listening to is going to sound amazing. And you're sitting in these nice leather seats at all times. It feels just real nice. Now, what's great for your passengers is that the back seats have these pop-up screens. Now, you can usually put the DVDs in there, but these screens also accept HDMI inputs, and because the car comes with 4G LTE, it acts as a Wi-Fi base station. So you can bring a Chromecast, you can have a Roku stick, you can plug it in, and you can start watching streaming content. And there's a ton of USB charging ports. There's some in the back, there's some in here. Everything you have is gonna stay charged in this vehicle. The CT6 isn't the Cadillac you're used to. It's fun refinement. Whether you're the driver or the passenger, your experience won't remind you of your grandparents' car. And that's exactly what the automaker wants.